Today we will be testing a 5-minute crypto scalping strategy. Before we do, if you have not watched the first videos on the channel and the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. You can find a link down below to sign up for TradingView. If you use that link, you'll save a little bit of money on your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. If you are interested in a full list of all the indicators and strategies that we have tested along with their win rates, you can sign up for our Patreon. And you will receive a full list of all the indicators and strategies that we have tested. You can find a link to our Patreon down below in the description. We also have a Patreon-only exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators, a list of winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing a 5-minute crypto scalping strategy. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. Now, if you are interested in a full list of these indicators and strategies along with their win rates, we've compiled all that information into spreadsheets, which you will get when you become a patron of the channel. Keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex and crypto market, but they can be applied to just about any market and time frame universally. Okay, so today we are looking at a 5-minute crypto scalping strategy. And the source video of this claims that it is an ultimate scalping strategy with an 83% win rate. It actually comes from the David Tech testing. And so if you aren't familiar with the David Tech, I suggest you look him up on YouTube, or you can go to his website here. I think he does some really cool stuff. Definitely wish I had some of the coding skills that he has. And for quite some time, a while back, I followed a lot of what he did and subscribed to his Patreon as well, and tried to replicate a lot of the results that he got from the different strategies. And it seemed as though I was always struggling with it. He also at the time had an optimizing plugin for Chrome that you could use with TradingView, and so you could use the optimizer, not going into it too much, but basically you could use the optimizer to kind of back test specific parameters and find the best setting for different indicators. And so I thought that was really cool as well. It's been a while since I played around with it. I think he updated it and made it better. But anyways, one of our patrons, or one of the members on Discord, asked if I could look into some of these strategies, and this was one of them here. And so, like I said, I think he does some really cool stuff. I figured we'd go ahead and test a few of these manually just by hand. And so the one we are going to test is not actually the squeeze momentum indicator. Like I said, it is the 5-minute ultimate scalping trading strategy with an 83% win rate. So this page here gives an outline of the different indicators and the different settings that you'll want to have them on. We'll go ahead and go over them real quick here. So we have 3 EMAs, and so this is a pretty standard setup. We have the first EMA set at a 9 period, the second one at a 55, and the last one at a 200. You can see them here. 200 is the purple, 55 is the orange, and 9 is the blue. We then have an RSI here at the bottom. It's a standard RSI, but what we are looking for, instead of the usual overbought, oversold area, I think it's 80 and 20, we are looking for the 50 level, basically right down the middle. So I went ahead and just moved those levels to 50 and bumped up the line weight on the dashed line there. We then have a MACD down here at the bottom of the screen, and the MACD, we've turned off everything except for the histogram and the 0 line there. And then as per the kind of instructions here, well, you can see here that he gives a little bit more in detail kind of description on how to get one of the parameters of a long and short position. So we'll just take a look here. It says a long position was initiated when EMA1 was over EMA2, which was in turn above EMA3. In addition to this, the RSI would have to be above 51, and there would have to be a red trend that is higher than the average on the MACD histogram. That was a little confusing at first, but again, later on he goes in to explain a little bit more that you can use the Bollinger Band to get that above average type setup. So the MACD here, we click on the three dots, we add an indicator, and then you can add the Bollinger Bands to it. Go here and just add the standard Bollinger Bands, and it'll give you this setup right here. And so this is how it will look. Now, once you have all that set up, what we are looking for is when the EMAs stack on top of each other, just like he explains. And so we have, in the case of a short position, we have the 200 above the 55 above the 9. Then we have the RSI itself, RSI line. In this particular case, we were at a long position, but in this case, we are looking for the RSI to be below the 49 mark. And so you can see here that the RSI line is below the 49. I have it at 50, but nonetheless, you can see that it is below that mark that we're looking for. And then we are looking for, in this particular case, we are looking for a larger than average green band from the MACD. The MACD also, I forgot to mention, is set on the input to a 1 minute. We're testing this on a 5 minute, but the MACD is set as its source for a 1 minute. And so it gives you this little bit more choppy looking look here. So now that we have the EMAs all stacked on top of each other the way they're supposed to be, and we have the RSI here below the 49 mark, we then look for a above average green bar on the MACD, and that is shown by a green bar that touches the upper band of the Bollinger Bands right here. Now, once we get all that into place, then on the very next candle, we would enter into it into a short position. And what we are looking for here on the position is our stop is going to be set right at 0.90. This is a little bit long, so we would narrow it in just a hair. 0.90, and then we are going to target a 1 to 2 risk reward. And so we bump this down just a little bit. And so that would be the setup here as far as our stop and take profit goes. Unfortunately, this one does get stopped out and never does come down and hit the take profit. Let's go ahead and take a look at a long setup now. All right, for a long trade, we are looking for the EMAs to be stacked appropriately. So we have the 200 on bottom under the 55, the 55 below the 9. And then what we're looking for is the RSI to be above that 51 mark. You can see that we have the EMA stacked here. You can see that our RSI right here is below that 51 mark that we're looking for there. And then we're looking for an above average red bar on the MACD, same setup. So a red bar that has touched the lower Bollinger Band. That would give us a short trade right there as far as the signal candle goes. And then the very next candle would be the entry candle. We would then again go for a long, and we have that right about here roughly in that area. Let me get another one here real quick. There, and right about there. And same kind of setup, we're targeting that 0.90% and then a 1 to 2 risk reward, and so we'd be right about there. And unfortunately on this one, again, we never do get to our take profit before the price drops out here and eventually stops us out. So before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, if you are looking for a profitable trading strategy, I highly suggest you check out the best strategy that we have tested on the channel here. It was able to achieve an 84% win rate. I'll put a screenshot up of the thumbnail to that video right now. I'll link to it up in the corner, and I'll also link to it at the end of this video with that same thumbnail. Like I said, it is a highly profitable trading strategy, was able to achieve an 84% win rate. It uses one of our custom indicators that we've developed here on the channel, as well as a trading view indicator, and all around it is a wonderful trading strategy. I highly recommend you check that out. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel. I highly recommend it. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over the numbers on this strategy. So we did a 50 trade test like normal. I think in the results, can't remember if he lists the results here. Pretty sure he does down here at the bottom. Yeah, so we did 151 trades on his particular testing here. And so 50 trades isn't that far off. It's not like he did 500 trades or something like that. So we did the 50 trade test like we normally do. Out of those 50 trades, we only got 10 winning trades. We got 40 losing trades. And so now a few of these trades didn't actually take a full loss. They were partial losses, as we went from a say long trade and then eventually got triggered into a short trade at just a partial loss. But even with that, that's such a far offset there that just with the flat numbers the way they are, obviously at 10 winning trades, if you were risking $200 per trade, again for easy math like we typically do, then that's a total gain of around $2,000. On the losing side, you're losing $4,000 at 40 losing trades, put you a negative $2,000 or a 20% win rate. And so you'd have to make quite a bit of room, quite a bit on the winning side to be able to just break even, let alone make a decent profit out of this. And so this is kind of the problem that I ran into with a lot of David Tech's stuff, is somehow he's tweaked the parameters on some of these trading view back testing results. I'm not saying that he does it misleadingly. Somehow he tweaks them in a way that he gets really decent results, but for some reason your average person has a really hard time of replicating those results. Not to mention that trading views built-in back testing system is really weird and kind of unreliable if you've used it for any significant amount of back testing. And so all in all, I don't think he's doing anything bad. I don't think he's doing anything, maliciously. I think he has a heart in the right place and does some really cool stuff, like I said, with the optimizer and his different coding skills and whatnot. But as far as the 83% win rate, I can't give it to him on this one. Definitely was not able to achieve that. And so unfortunately, this one is going to go on the no list, and we'll move on to the next video from here.